So, hello Internet! For the benefit of you on YouTube, we are playing against Genius. He is Italian, isn't he? Please tell me if I'm wrong. I'm 90% sure he is Italian. But yeah, he's a fairly well-known Italian player. Thank you very much for following here as well. And this is tournament life or death, isn't it? You know, we're at 2-2 here, and I'm playing against a good player. Round 5 of the Players' Cup from last Saturday, and yeah, look at that team. It's not. He's got Sun, Torkoll, Venusaur. He's got Trick Room mode as well too. Normally, and another Togekiss. Normally against teams like this, I do like to lead, and I think I have here. I like to lead with. He is an Italian player. Thank you for clarifying that. I do like to lead Amoonguss and Zapdos, because if they lead with Porygon 2, I can taunt it, I can stop Trick Room that way. If they lead with Landorus, I get my Defiant boost here, as I am doing. And if they lead with Sun, then as long as they don't Sleep Powder and hit my Zapdos, I can Airstream into the Venusaur, and then my Amoonguss is definitely faster than the Torkoll, and I can just Spore into the Torkoll, and then we're looking decent, especially if they Gigantamax the Venusaur as well turn 1. But we're in a situation now where, a bit like turn 1 of game 1 of this whole tournament, where Hamstermania led with Clefairy and Landorus. But we're in another tough spot here where there's redirection. I am weak to flying on both of my Pokemon, but because he's activated my Defiant, I think I'm safe just to go for a Rage Powder, which I am, and an Airstream into his Togekiss. Now, I was very worried, because I didn't lead with Raichu here. I don't have the option of the Helping Hand Airstream, which would one-shot a Dynamax Landorus, but he's obviously got the redirection option here as well, so that wouldn't have been safe. But he plays Sun all season, doesn't he? Well, he must know the team very well then. But here I'm thinking, and this is what I led game 2 against Hamstermania, which did work out better for us, leading with the Amoonguss, because I know that one Airstream from his Landorus does not one-shot my Amoonguss. I don't think he had Helping Hand on his Togekiss, so I can survive. I'm assuming here that my +1 Airstream does one-shot Togekiss, and I'm hoping it doesn't protect here, but I'm assuming that if turn... Yeah, no protects. I'm assuming that if this turn goes to plan, I will knock out the Togekiss, and I will survive with my Amoonguss. Look at that. There's not many things that can one-shot even a non-Dynamax Togekiss, without using super effective hits. But Defiant boosted +1 Airstream is one of those things. So here's his Airstream. I guess I could have gone for a Spore here, but if he had attacked into my Zapdos, yeah, I would have put his Landorus to sleep. But did his Landorus have a Lumberry? I can't remember. One of the Landorus that I played in the tournament did have a Lumberry. But either way, we're looking decent here, aren't we? Because... oh, are we? No, we're not. Okay, yeah, I was thinking here, okay, my Zapdos is still faster than his Landorus, so I can attack into the Landorus, get a +2, get my Amoonguss to +2 speed, put the Porygon 2 to sleep. But his Landorus is at +1 speed as well, and my Amoonguss does outspeed Landorus at +2 speed, but because it's at +1 speed, that's not going to be the case. And I was hoping that... Cobra Berry is great on Amoonguss. I guess I was just hoping here that this Airstream would knock out the Landorus. Even the critical hit there, I don't think would have knocked it out, actually, looking at that damage. So he's going to get to do whatever he likes. He's going to get Trick Room up here, isn't he? Yeah, this game has just gone downhill, actually, hasn't it? Goodbye, Amoonguss. There wasn't really anything that I could have done there. If I went for a Rage Powder or whatever, the same situation would have come about. There was no way I could have denied the Trick Room there. Or was there? Or was there? Actually, we might see a little calculation coming up in the next few turns. So I do bring my Azumarill in because my Azumarill is actually slowish. And obviously it will be slower than Landorus here, especially plus speed. And Porygon isn't the most threatening against it. Zapdos is threatened by the Landorus. But I don't max guard. I'm just going to go for this Knuckle. I am at +1, remember. But Knuckle is way weaker than close combat. He goes for the Tri-Attack into the Azumarill. I play rough into the Landorus. It just survives. I thought if I had a chance in this game, I thought my play rough needed to knock out the Landorus there. And yeah, the double there just knocks the Azumarill out. I was thinking, well, if I protect it, if I made a really hard read there, if I protected the Azumarill, then maybe we could still be in the game somewhat. But look at this. I was really surprised at that. My +1 Life Orb, Max Knuckle, my Max Fist. We can fist. We can fist. It's only just occurred to me. We can fist. Yes, fisting. I didn't mean to say that. There we go. It's been a long time since we've had the fists. But I'm sorry. But yeah, like because Max Knuckle is so much weaker. I mean, yeah, it is super effective and whatnot. But I am Life Orb, I'm +1. Maybe that shouldn't have surprised me. But the Max Knuckle did one-shot the thing there. And actually, are we in such a bad? Yeah, we are, aren't we? If we still had the Azumarill here, we wouldn't be looking too bad. And if that play rough had knocked the Landorus out there as well, that, you know, we would have been looking a lot better as well. The Landorus is really low. Could we have? I think, well, there was no way of me stopping his Trick Room. The only way I could have done better with hindsight is making the hard read and protecting the Azumarill and fisting the Porygon 2 there. We would have knocked it out. We would have still had the Zapdos and the Azumarill here, but the Landorus would still have more HP. Yeah, we wouldn't be looking good, would we? And because we are in Trick Room now, he can quite safely just go for the Eruption. Does activate my Steam Engine on the Colossal, and I'm at +6 speed now, and we're in Trick Room, so it was very safe for him just to erupt there. And he does Rock Slide, because I guess if I protected my Colossal, he doesn't really want to be knocking his own Torkoal out. But hang on, is there still a way that we can win this? Because we do Earth Power the Torkoal, and we do knock it out, because he did quite kindly activate our Weakness Policy with the Rock Slide. Hang on, can we win this game? I thought we lost this game. How many turns of Trick Room left? Is this the last turn of Trick Room? I think we've got one more turn of Trick Room, haven't we? Yeah, we've got one more turn of Trick Room. I have to go for the Double Protect. Can Colossal? No, it can't. Might have given that away. It can't. We do lose this game. Okay. So, I mean, come on. I mean, if we did get a Double Protect there, then Colossal 90% of the time would have won that game. But we're 2-2 in the tournament. We've just lost game 1. If I lose one more game in this set, then we can't top cut anymore, can't we? So, and it's one of these games again that I'm thinking I have got played. There's things that I can do here. Why am I not winning? There are things that I can do. There are things I can do here. And I think, I mean, as I was mentioning before, like the Amoonguss Zapdos lead, I think just covers almost everything that they can do here, apart from if they do just Sleep Power the Zapdos turn 1, which not many people actually do, or that I've come across anyway. But let's see. Amoonguss it is. Zapdos it is. I'm quite confident with that lead. Azumarill and Colossal in the back again it is. I'm leading exactly the same, and I'm bringing exactly the same as I did in the last game. The last game that I lost. Let's see if it works out any different for us. So they led with... Landorus and Togekiss in the last game. And I'm thinking... Yeah, I remember now. I'm thinking this is a bad lead, Barry. So, okay, Charizard, base 100 speed. Zapdos, base 100 speed. There's a potential speed tie if their Charizard is timid, max speed here. Amoonguss doesn't really want to be doing anything here. I did see, because it's open team sheet, I did see his Torkoal has got Earth Power. His Charizard has not got Scorching Sands. I know his Charizard cannot touch my Colossal. Swap the Zapdos into Colossal, Barry. Swap the Zapdos into Colossal. He's not going to Earth Power a Zapdos. What am I doing? What am I doing? I think my mind has just been rocked at this point. I didn't play and he won the speed tie there as well. So now we know, it's information. And Zapdos just gets one shot. Wow, there we go. Zapdos just gets one shot, turn one, from a speed tie. And there's a Heat Wave coming from Torkoal as well. I think I just went for the close combat there, didn't I, into Torkoal. I think it was a pretty safe swap into Colossal from Zapdos there. I think I was so... I'd been rocked so much the previous game and the game before. I was still thinking about the Colossal Mirror in the previous set. I just wasn't thinking. I just was not thinking. I think I'd given up at this point. And here as well, what am I doing? Amoonguss can't do anything. Or can it? Well, I know I'm faster than the Torkoal. I know Heat Wave is 90% accurate. He's got Blast Burn on this as well, which is also 90% accurate. He could Gigantamax his Charizard, but he is in the face of a Colossal. And I know from using Torkoal many times, I know that one Earth Power from Torkoal does not one-shot Colossal when it's Gigantamaxed. So he does Heat Wave, which does just one-shot my Amoonguss. I have lost 2 of my Pokemon in the first 2 turns of this game that I need to win for my tournament life. But he's given me a +6 boost on my Colossal. And I Volcalith into the Torkoal because this is open team sheet. I know the Charizard cannot touch my Colossal. I know the Torkoal can. Have we got anything that we can do here? Because the Solar Power is chipping away at this Charizard, and the Volcalith is chipping away heavily at this as well. Now, this is turn 3. We're only 2 turns down, and I've only got 2 turns on my Gigantamax left, and I've only got 2 Pokemon left as well, and they've got their Landorus. So, it's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good. Let's see what happens. Again, a bit like in the round 3 game, where I needed to belly drum to make a Azumarill a threat. I'm intimidated here as well. An Aqua Jet at -1 in the sun isn't going to knock Charizard out from here, is it? I think I need to make a Azumarill a threat. I'm max guarding. I'm actually max guarding. Okay, his Dynamaxing is Landorus. I think we're in a pretty bad position here, aren't we? So I max guard my Colossal there, hoping he's going to Quake into it. He Air Slashes into the Azumarill, which just puts us 6 HP above Belly Drum range. and he quakes into the Colossal. Wow, okay. If he quaked into the Azumarill there, we would have lost the game. We still might lose the game, but at least we're still in it at this point in time. Now, this is a funny situation to be in because we're still not looking good, are we? Because his Charizard has just hung on from that Volcalith and Solar Power. I've got a +6 speed Colossal, and I've got a +6 attack Azumarill, but we're in the sun. A +6 Aqua Jet in the sun doesn't one-shot a Dynamax Landorus. And if I protect my Azumarill, he can just quake into it, whatever, with his Landorus and knock us out through the protect. Because Charizard... Well, yeah, and because Charizard is still around, just a Heat Wave from that will knock out the Azumarill, won't it? How can I get out of this? Is there any way I can get out of this? So I'm doubling into the Landorus. An Aqua Jet. Respectable damage for in the sun. Max Flare, we are in the sun. Weakness policy isn't activated, but we do knock the Landorus out. Okay. Can we do this? We don't know what their Pokemon is in the back yet, but assuming they just go for a Heat Wave. Yeah, funny. He does go. I think he probably should have gone for a an Air Slash there into Azumarill, because it is 5% more accurate than Heat Wave, and you're not really doing a whole lot of damage to Colossal with it. I think the 5% is worth it. But it's Porygon 2 in the back. Obviously, the Charizard goes down to its own recoil there, and I think we've got Sun for one more turn. Yeah, we have got Sun for one more turn, so it would have gone down to its Solar Power as well. So here we go. Viewers, chat, please tell me, and you on YouTube as well, tell me, can Colossal beat a Porygon 2 one-on-one? I don't think it can it? Let's see. So got one more turn of Sun. One more turn of Sun. I could use this last turn of Sun to get a slightly boosted Heat Wave, but I don't. I'm going for a Meteor Beam here, which obviously, you know, I've not got a Power Herb or anything. He goes for a Recover. Okay, can we do this? Sun goes down. He went for a Recover there because he thought I was just going to use the last turn of Sun there to get a slightly more powerful Heat Wave off. He didn't think I was going to be going for a Meteor Beam here because, why would I? You know, it's 2 turns, he's got Recover, he can do whatever he likes, whatever. But here we go, look at this. No, there's no way this knocks it out, but we do some damage there, and he does Trick Room. So he's obviously faster. He can recover before I can attack every turn here. The Volcalith is it's Porygon 2. It's not going to knock it out. We're not weakness policy activated, are we? So it's not going to knock it out. He Tri-Attacks. That's his best attack. Does about a quarter to us. And I Meteor Beam again. Okay. I'm +1 special attack. I'm now +2 special attack. And he's only got Tri-Attack. Can we do this? He has to recover here because a +2 Meteor Beam. Yeah, weakness policy isn't activated. The Steam Engine is, but weakness policy isn't activated. So he has to recover because this next Meteor Beam is going to knock him out. Meteor Beam does more damage because we're even more boosted. And at this point... Well, at this point, what do I do? Well, he Tri-Attacks. And look at that, 98 hit points down to 56. We will survive one more Tri-Attack. And we Meteor Beam again. We're now +3 special attack. And Trick Room turns are running out as well here. So he knows if he recovers here, this damage is going to overwhelm him and the Trick Room's going to end. He needs a critical hit or a miss. And we hit the Meteor Beam. How about that? Now, please think back to the first 2 turns of this game. Yeah, think back to the first 2 turns of this game. I let my Zapdos go down on a speed tie for nothing, for no damage, when I could have had a safe Colossal swap in. And turn 2, I lost my Amoonguss without doing anything as well. My Colossal and Azumarill beat his team. That's impressive. I'm impressed with that. And it was all because of Azumarill just being able to belly drum, had 6 HP after the belly drum, after the air slash from the Charizard. So I'm thinking, okay, you know, Colossal's pretty good against his team here. But again, Zapdos is pretty good too. Again, like, I was so confident with the Amoonguss Zapdos lead. Do I want to stray from that? But what if in this game I led with, you know, Dragapult Colossal? What if I went with the Azumarill Colossal? What if I led with Colossal? Is he going to lead with his Landorus? He led with Landorus game 1. I've led with my Zapdos both games. He'd activate my Defiant again. I'm a bit worried because I do take the exact same 4 as the last game, but I only won the last game because he didn't double into the Azumarill as I was belly drumming. So I am actually worried that he could capitalize on that. You know, with that knowledge, he could just double into the Azumarill, whatever, and win the game. And I don't think him not targeting into my Colossal would be that detrimental to him. But okay, here we go. He's led with Charizard and he's led with Landorus, and I'm thinking, because he's led with Landorus here, Landorus is going to be his choice of Dynamax. Well, I mean, he could Dynamax or Gigantamax the Charizard, couldn't he? But it's not a good lead, is it, for us? Because he's got 2 things here that threaten two things that threaten both of my Pokemon. You know, the worst thing about Zapdos is that it's weak to flying. But I'm staying in. I guess I can't just bring in Colossal as safely as I potentially could have done turn 1 last game, because he's got the Landorus here. He could just be going for a Heat Wave Earthquake or, you know, whatever, something like that. So let's see. And I'm also thinking that, well, he hasn't got his Sun boost. He is still Life Orbed with the Charizard, so a Heat Wave probably still does knock out Amoonguss. Oh man, how does this go? So I'm Rage Powdering here, expecting an Airstream. I'm hoping if I win a Speed Tie here, I'm looking great. And he wins the Speed Tie. Actually, Amoonguss does survive, we get to see there. Now, I was pretty frustrated about that, because how many Speed Ties in this tournament have we lost at this point? Because, look, I mean, if Charizard does not Dynamax, if it doesn't Gigantamax, a Life Orb, Airstream from Zapdos, from +1 Zapdos, annihilates it. If I'd won that Speed Tie there, Charizard would be gone, and we would still have Amoonguss at +1 speed. But we don't. So, how do we get out of this one? Do we get out of this one? So I'm putting the Azumarill in here. And they're putting the Porygon 2 in. And I'm thinking, well, it's a fast Amoonguss, this one. And I'm thinking, right, well, we saw game 1, +1 Life Orb, Max Knuckle, one-shots Porygon. I can deny Trick Room by knuckling into the Porygon, knocking it out. Correct? And I think if he just Airstreams into the Azumarill there, I should be able to get a Belly Drum off, shouldn't I? But he withdraws the Porygon into Torkoal. He baited me very nicely there, because not only does he preserve his Porygon 2, he's going to be taking quite a good chunk of damage from his Torkoal there. There's the fist again. Let's get the fist out. There we go. No, I mean, not only does he preserve his Porygon 2, but he not only gets the Airstream off when I don't Airstream, so his Landorus is now faster than my Zapdos, and it actually did more damage to my Azumarill than I thought it was going to, and so I can't Belly Drum here anymore. That was a very bad turn, because now, because he did bait me very, very, very nicely there. His Landorus is now faster than my Zapdos. His Landorus threatens my Zapdos. What can I do? His Landorus threatens my Zapdos. My Azumarill did not get its Belly Gym off, but it is at +1 attack. But is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because what am I doing here? I'm at +1 attack, but we are in the sun. So I'm hoping my Colossal here can survive an Aqua Jet from a +1 Azumarill in the sun and an Airstream. Does over half. Activates the Steam Engine. He has to, surely he has, with his Landorus, he has to Airstream into my Zapdos because my Zapdos is the threat. I need to preserve, well, I need to both preserve my Zapdos. He does into what was his Zapdos and we survive. But what is this Torkoal doing? Will a Heat Wave, oops, sorry microphone, will a Heat Wave knock out my Colossal here? We are in the sun after all. Oh, he Earth Powers and he calls it into the wrong slot. Wow. Okay, so not only have I preserved my Zapdos for his Porygon 2 in the back, his Landorus is at +3 speed, and I'm thinking, is my Colossal faster here? That was the play. That was the play, but is his Landorus faster than my Colossal? Because if his Landorus is faster than my Colossal, then I've still lost, haven't I? My Azumarill didn't get its Belly Gym off. But at least we are in a position now. We are in a position. I'm thinking he has to, well, he probably will Earthquake here, even though he's got his Torkoal, just for guaranteed damage. It knocks out both my Pokemon. I'm thinking the best thing Azumarill can do here is just get a bit of chip damage into the Landorus. I am +1, you know, as I just mentioned, he does Earthquake, which does knock out his own Torkoal and my Azumarill. That was, I think, the safer move from him to Earthquake, because it would have knocked out both the Pokemon. He's still got his Porygon 2 that can do the business in the back as well. But that +1 Aqua Jet did do damage. I was hoping that my Colossal would be faster than the Landorus, and that would put it in range of Heat Wave. But is the Landorus faster? So, I mean, this is an interesting point. Like, what would you do here? What would you do here? What do you think is the safest way to play this? Give me your thoughts, because I think, I mean, let's think about this, because this is interesting. We know that Landorus is faster than Zapdos. Colossal is at +6, Landorus is at +3. I'm not sure if Colossal is faster or not. But it's not Dynamax Landorus, so their Landorus doesn't really threaten my Zapdos. I think their Porygon 2 had Ice Beam. So is the best play I can make here just hope that my Colossal is faster in Heat Wave? And yeah, this is what I was thinking here. You'll see me put the moves through. The move on Zapdos is the questionable one. Believe in the power of friendship. You think... It is hard to say what the best play is here. I'm going back and I'm actually taunting the Porygon 2. And I'm doing this because I'm assuming here, if I've got any chance, it's my Colossal being faster, which it is. I think I lose this game if I miss the Heat Wave on Porygon and Close Combat doesn't knock the Porygon 2 out. If I miss the Heat Wave, Close Combat doesn't knock the Porygon 2 out, and he gets Trick Room up, then he wins the game. I thought I was safe taunting because I didn't think an Ice Beam would knock Zapdos out. If I'd Close Combated there, I would have won the game. I've got one more turn of Sun. My weakness policy is activated. This is single target now. He is taunted. We hit the heat wave, and we knock it out. I completely felt like I threw the game at the end there, and maybe I did. I mean, obviously I won the game, and let's just think back again. What an insane set! You know, game one goes was actually pretty close. A double protect, and we could have won the game there. Yes, yeah. The Players' Cup 4 was on Saturday. It was yesterday at time of recording, and I recorded my games live, but I didn't narrate. I didn't commentate over them live. So I'm no one's seen these games. I'm going through my tournament run from yesterday. The advantage of this is that you'd have to wait between rounds, so you're getting to see all my tournament run here, and game is heartbreaking. For Genius, it was heartbreaking, but yeah, quite a close game one. Game two. How on earth did I win the game 2 after losing my Zapdos turn 1, after losing my Moongus turn 2? Wow, Azumarill pulled us through there. And that game 3 as well there. I couldn't have felt more like I threw the game there when I saw the Ice Beam knock out my Zapdos. Because, yeah, I mean, Colossal, timid. I am timid Colossal. We were faster than the Landorus, and I was so concerned about him Trick Rooming as we potentially missed the Heat Wave on the Porygon that I taunted it instead, because I thought that Zapdos was going to survive, an Ice Beam could survive any attack from what the Porygon could do, which was not the case. Wow, I should have just close combated there, shouldn't I? I mean, in hindsight, we hit the Heat Wave, didn't we? I mean, in an alternative reality, maybe we missed the Heat Wave on the Porygon, and he did Trick Room. Who knows? But why would he Trick Room when his Landorus is the fastest thing on the field? So, there we go. You wish I could have recorded your games. Yes, I did see. Yeah, well done. Congratulations. I did see you got top 16 with your team that you've been using for a while now. It is Entei, isn't it? The Inner Focus Entei. No, it's Raikou. It's Raikou. Shut up, Barry. Sorry, it's Raikou. I knew it was one of the dogs. Yeah, it is Raikou, isn't it? I know it's one of the dogs that you like to set up with. Yeah, Colossal has been actually pretty good for us in this tournament so far, hasn't it? Azumarill has been even better for us in this tournament. But yeah, wow, what a crazy set, and we are still in the tournament, aren't we? We are 3-2 in this tournament right now. So let's carry on. Yeah, it is. I knew it was Raikou. Yeah. With Bulldoze. Here we go. Okay, right. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for joining me. Goodbye.